said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to invite our first speaker who is going to do the opening keynote. And I would now request Mr. Prasad Kolte, Chief Operating Officer, MahaIT, to deliver the opening keynote address on traversing through India's ambitious transition from a cash-centric economy towards a digital economy. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, presenting Mr. Prasad Kolte.
And as a keynote speaker, there's a good opportunity. And as you mentioned, the name of this summit, the Payground, is actually the very apt name. There are a couple of reasons why I'm saying it is a very apt name, because finally the payment systems drives the entire service delivery, whether it is a government, whether it is a businesses, everything. So the mode of payment, whether it is a cash, whether it is a digital payment or whatever it was earlier. So that's how the driving the complete change in our social responsibilities as well. And at government side, we are witnessing this change. We are going through this mode since last many years. After demonetization, yes, there was a big change. So I just want to discuss few things, what we experience as my experience at Maharashtra Information Technology Corporation. We are a government company, and what we see in near future. So if I start about the delivery of government services. So what government delivers to citizen, when we say it is G2C services, various types of permits, various types of certificates, various types of your permissions, blah, blah, blah. So around 2011-12, this journey started with the online, and we did several BPRs, business process engineering, and we started standardizing all these government processes into one. It should not be like processes are different in different districts. Instead, it should be a common process for citizen across any districts of the Maharashtra state. Now, when we started doing this journey, we realized there were very changes. So input form standardization was the main factor for us. Then the payment procedure. So that time around 11-12, our main focus was on the streamlining of the application process and the delivery of the services. Payment was still, it was a more of cash only, because finally citizen was paying in cash and then he was getting the receipt. So that time kind of a controlled wallets system, we started using it internally. Slowly it's growing. Now over the period since last 7-8 years, what we have observed, that there are a number of online citizen services. Right now on our portal, we have around 400 plus citizen services, and we are delivering these so many services through our network of CSC centers, what we call in Maharashtra as Aple Sarkar Seva Kendra. And when we are delivering these services electronically, digitally, the main service delivery platform from where citizens are availing these services. In 11-12, it was typical government office. Citizen used to queue up outside the government office to take the services. Over the period, around 15-16 or so, what we observed, the CSC centers, those grown up, now citizens are availing the services from the CSC centers, what we call as Aple Sarkar Seva Kendra. Now, that is the main shift we have observed. And when this acceptance of online applications of the delivery of services started from the CSC centers, still the channel was predominantly cash. Citizen used to pay in cash. Okay. However, in last 5 years, what we have observed, it is shifting. Earlier, what we observed was around 80-20. 80% of the volume where the cash transactions were there, and 20% using credit card or debit card. Now, since 16-17, we also open up the channel from where citizen can apply themselves online, so that they don't have to wait or they don't have to visit any government office, but they can directly log into portals of government and they can themselves fill up the form and they can upload their documents, and we have opened the payment gateway channels for citizen so that citizen can make their own payment. Now that was another shift what we witnessed in 2015-16 or so that time. So now citizens are filling up their form themselves. This has helped citizens to some extent, definitely, to do their self-services with the government services instead of dependency on some kind of agents or so. I will not say it is 100% achieved definitely, but yes, to more or less some of the big services, major volume services, those were affecting citizen are now where citizen can themselves fill up the online form. They can upload their documents, scan copies. They can make their online payments using payment gateway. Again, the payment channel is driving this because now the payment facility is available for them in the online system. When we are doing this journey, now we are realizing the volume which was 80-20 is now coming up around 50-50 or so, where citizens themselves, they are learning and they are filling up their online form and they are making their payment on their own. So which was challenge earlier, now which is helping for them to make the online payment. This shift what we observed during the same time demonetization happened, and after that we saw sudden spike in all this demand for digital transactions. So again, we introduced the POS machines everywhere in government offices from where they can avail the service, and we saw sudden spike. However, over the period, that spike got flattened, certainly, but the demand is increasing for this using the digital payment mode. So we have seen this transition of citizen availing the payment services. Earlier it was a purely cash, now it is a credit card, net banking, debit card, and since last 1 year or so, more demand for the UPI. Now, when we are saying these online services we are delivering through different channels, delivery channels, now we are getting a new change here. Before I discuss this new change, I would like to highlight one more thing, that government is having this data. Now, when I'm saying that we have this huge data, for every citizen services, those citizens are applying, we have started getting huge data. And now here, what we are going to see that at government side, we are starting to do the analysis of this data. How we can give the better service delivery to citizen. You must be knowing about the JAM Trinity, Jan Dhan, Aadhaar, and the mobile. So with this JAM Trinity, it is helping us for giving the true benefit to citizen. How it is going to help that? I'll take the classic example. Now, when the payment app started, earlier they were started doing the only bill collection for various services. Now you, from these payment apps, the like gas booking service is also possible because your mobile number is linked to your consumer account number of the gas connection, and now you can book your new gas connection also from the these payment apps. So payment apps are now not only just the centric or the PG centric or the payment gateway centric just for the collection of payment, but they are changing their style of working. They are actually coming into a delivery of services, and that's what citizens are benefiting and government is also benefiting, that we can plug in this integration. Now, as I mentioned, that we have the huge data, the rich data what government has from the citizen. Like we know with using AI, ML, all these predictive models, those we are covering, we know that what type of services this one particular candidate, student, or a citizen may require at what particular time. So government can proactively offer these services with the combination of JAM Trinity to citizen. Again, what I see way forward in near future, that these payment apps will serve the major role in delivery of services. How? Now, since all the data is getting integrated and these payment channels are getting open up, which is a complete digital mode, the dependency of the cash payment is getting reduced. Now, these payment apps or these new age payment technologies can deliver the services. Their use is not just limited for the acceptance of the payment, collection of the payment, but ideally soon I will not surprise if they start get delivery of the services. Like if you want your caste certificate or the age nationality certificate, they can have a simple integrated good form with the government system. They can accept that form and they can push that form to government system, and with the payment details and everything, and government can with their analytics tools and everything can deliver the services. This near future is certainly possible because we are undergoing this big change with the banking systems and the UPI and the way the finance industry, the complete BFSI is growing up in India. So I see a big future here for all partners, those are working in BFSI, technology and banking both, and that is the true advantage. And that's where I wish the app is the Payground, and this Payground is actually changing the foray of all this delivery of citizen services for the government. And I wish congratulations for everyone for organizing this seminar, and they will take these ideas what we are discussing in that day today, and soon we will have some big change in the delivery of citizen services. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prasad Kolte. That was fabulous indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Mr. Kolte, please. You have indeed given us huge dreams, rather, or big dreams to expect from. I think it's quite important and imperative for us to grow further as a nation. And that said, while you said that while there are digital payments happening, soon there are going to be documents as well, which can be received or sent through this amazing thing. I'm sure we all will never forget 9th of November, right? But I think it did come as a blessing to us, right, Mr. Kolte? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Absolutely. Once again, thank you so much, sir. You were fabulous with your words.